Every choice pushes you toward comfort or into the unknown. No clues, no warm-up, just yes or no, and the consequences that follow. Here are the rules. Rule 1, you have 3 seconds to answer each question. Rule 2, if you say yes, you must follow through. Rule 3, count how many risks you took. Would you say yes to taking a cold shower for 2 minutes? Would you say yes to talking to a stranger and starting a conversation? Would you say yes to waking up at 5 a.m. for a full week? Would you say yes to trying a completely new food you've never seen before? Would you say yes to turning off your phone for an entire day? Would you say yes to walking into a room and introducing yourself first? Would you say yes to skipping your comfort meal for something unfamiliar? Would you say yes to sitting in silence with no distractions for 10 minutes? Would you say yes to taking on a task you've been avoiding for months? Would you say yes to sharing an honest opinion you usually keep inside? Would you say yes to learning something you've always thought was too hard? Would you say yes to refusing sugar for 24 hours? Would you say yes to saying no to your favorite comfort show tonight? Would you say yes to trying a workout you've never attempted? Would you say yes to facing a mild fear for 1 minute? Would you say yes to wearing an outfit outside your comfort zone? Would you say yes to asking someone a bold, honest question? Would you say yes to staying off social media for the rest of the day? Would Would you say yes to speaking up first in a group discussion? Would you say yes to taking a new route instead of your usual routine? Would you say yes to sitting in an uncomfortable seat just to test yourself? Would you say yes to practicing something you're bad at? Would you say yes to letting someone else pick your food today? Would you say yes to taking a 5-minute ice-cold face splash? Would you say yes to telling someone a compliment you normally wouldn't say? Would you say yes to trying a skill that intimidates you? Would you say yes to drinking only water for the next 12 hours? Would you say yes to stepping outside without checking the weather first? Would you say yes to cleaning an area you've been ignoring? Would you say yes to choosing the harder option on purpose? Would you say yes to not using headphones for the rest of the day? Would you say yes to doing something productive instead of relaxing? Would you say yes to making a tiny but uncomfortable life change? Would you say yes to giving someone honest feedback? Would you say yes to turning off all lights and sitting quietly for a minute? Would you say yes to giving up your favorite snack today? Would you say yes to taking responsibility for something you messed up? Would you say yes to sending a message you've been scared to send? Would you say yes to trying a challenge that feels slightly out of reach? Would you say yes to taking one step today toward a goal you fear failing? So, how many risks did you really say yes to? Did you push yourself or protect your comfort? Comment your total below and prepare. The next test gets even harder. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. More yes or no coming every week.